Hi everybody, welcome to Teen Book Tuesday. My name is Lorie and I am the teen librarian here at Manlius Library, coming to you from my teen room. Now, you may or may not know, you probably do, that November is Native American Heritage Month, and I've got some really great new books that I'd like to tell you about today. There's a couple of nonfiction, and then there's one fiction that I told you about before I'm going to re-mention. I'm going to start with a brand new autobiography by Eric Gansworth, who has also written some really good fiction. But this is an autobiography. It's called Apple, Skin to the Core. And like I said, it's by Eric Gansworth. Now the term apple, as in the title, is a slur in Native American communities across the country. It's used for someone who is supposedly red on the outside, white on the inside. Eric, the author, tells the story of his family, of being Onondaga among Tuscaroras, of Native folks everywhere. From the horrible legacy of the government boarding schools to a boy watching his siblings leave and return and leave and return, to a young man fighting to be an artist who balances multiple worlds. This is a biography, actually an autobiography in verse, and it was originally conceived as a series of paintings. And the book includes many of those artworks, as well as lots of black and white family photographs. This is a rare and wonderful read and a true look into the modern Native American community. The second one I'm going to tell you about today is called #NotYourPrincess, and it's edited by Lisa Charlieboy and Mary Beth Leatherdale. And it's a collection. It's a collection of artwork and poetry and prose and quotes and photographs, all by young Indigenous women. According to the foreword, Charlieboy's intent for this anthology is to provide a space, quote, to not only write a love letter to all young Indigenous women trying to find their way, but also to help dispel those stereotypes so we can collectively move forward to a brighter future for all, unquote. Charlieboy and Leatherdale have selected, as I mentioned, art and poetry and prose, all created by Indigenous teen girls and young women that touch on a plethora of topics, from Standing Rock to Rematriate, a collective of Indigenous women dedicated to showing the multiplicity of Indigenous identity through social media. Each entry is titled and accompanied by the author's name and ancestry and or tribal affiliation. In addition to the text, art pieces deepen the conversation and provide alternative ways of looking at identity, history, and inherited trauma. It's important for us not only to look into a mirror with our reading, but to look through a window to other identities and cultures. And this is a wonderful example of both. And that's #NotYourPrincess, Voices of Native American Women, edited by Lisa Charlieboy and Mary Beth Leatherdale. And finally today, just a brief mention of a book, a novel actually, that I spoke at length about earlier in the series, the Teen Book Tuesday series, closer to the end of the summer. It's called The Marrow Thieves, and it's by Sherry Dimmeline. And it takes place in a futuristic world. And I'm going to read a little bit off the back for you. Just when you think you have nothing left to lose, they come for your dreams. In a world nearly destroyed by global warming, the Indigenous people of North America are being hunted for their bone marrow, which carries the key to recovering something the rest of the population has lost: the ability to dream. Frenchie and his companions, struggling to survive, don't yet know that one of them holds the secret to defeating the bone marrow thieves. It's a wonderful book. It's won lots of awards, and it's also really good. So it's good to have a book that has both. And that's The Marrow Thieves by Sherry Dimmeline. And immediately following the video, there will be I have a list of other wonderful books by and about Native American authors and characters. Thanks for joining me today. Again, my name is Lorie, and I'm the teen librarian at Manlius Library. And today I've told you about some books that celebrate Native American Heritage Month. You can drop me an email at lfinger@manliuslibrary.org if you want to put any of these on hold, or go to our website at manliuslibrary.org and click through the Reader's Advisory form, and we can arrange for some curbside pickup for you. Again, thanks for joining me. You can find me here every Tuesday at 4 o'clock on our YouTube channel, and I'll see you next week. Happy reading.